Welcome to the Farm and Home Show. My name is Colby, and this morning we are visiting with Jason Phillips. He's the Simpson County Extension Agent for Ag and Natural Resources. And there's a lot of ticks that are out there that may carry some nasty diseases that not anybody wants to wind up with.
Sure. It's not like they're just a nuisance, which they are, but they also do carry diseases that we need to be aware of and probably need to take extra prevention in order to avoid not just the uncomfortable nature of having ticks on you, but those diseases that they do carry or vector.
Exactly. And one of the more common ones that we hear about a lot is the alpha-gal disease. A lot of people associate that. It's the red meat illness disease. And so tell a little bit about that tick that it comes from and kind of what it does.
Well, Colby, the Lone Star tick is probably the most common tick that we have here in Kentucky. Probably number one. Number two is the American dog tick. But it seems like a lot of times in the wooded situations we encounter a Lone Star tick, and they carry several different diseases. The red meat allergy seems like it is becoming more and more prominent, or at least you hear a lot more about it. As a matter of fact, I have had a tick illness that I was diagnosed with, and it was very bad at the time, but the red meat allergy will go along with you for a long time. It was also vectored by the Lone Star tick. Ehrlichiosis is not a real commonly heard about illness, but I had a bunch of what people might refer to as seed ticks on me, but they were Lone Star tick nymphs. And they vectored that disease, and I got very achy, splitting headache, really bad fever, and just felt super weak, which I think is pretty common with Lyme disease, with Rocky Mountain spotted fever. And so the Lone Star tick does vector Rocky Mountain spotted fever. It does vector the alpha-gal or red meat allergy. It vectors a southern rash called starry. So it vectors several different diseases.
And that's one thing to be mindful of when you're going out, and a lot of times in heavily wooded areas, taller grass areas during the summertime, the warmer months, is protecting yourself when you're out in these areas.
Right. Whether you're hiking or bush hogging or whatever it is, and so you have to wear clothing, appropriate clothing, don't have any exposed skin. It's a good idea to even put your socks up over your pants, but any way to prevent entry or those ticks, allowing those ticks to get to your skin, and certainly use a DEET based spray in order to prevent those ticks. That repels them and helps you to minimize your problems. It's not going to totally keep them away, but it certainly will help.
And that's the thing is even if you do all these preventative measures, they're small, they're sneaky, you might still get one or two on you. And so if you do find one on you, what is kind of the protocol about removing it?
You hear a lot of myths and a lot of different things about how to remove them, but the best way to do it is to take a pair of tweezers and remove them. Try to remove the entirety, including the mouth part, that's buried in there. And once you do, put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it just to help disinfect the area. And it's a good idea for you to even save a few ticks, like in a Ziploc bag. If you have some on you, in case you do get sick, it'll be easier for the doctor to diagnose what it is that's wrong with you.
Well, that's awesome. If you do find a tick on you or something like that, we can reach out to the office. Is that something that people can do to reach out to us?
I mean, if they'd like us to identify that species, because different ones carry different diseases. So, if you start getting sick, it's very important to know what type of tick that you had on you. Like, for instance, the black-legged tick. It's a newer tick to our area. It came from the Northeast, and it vectors Lyme disease. And in the past, we didn't really have that tick until the last probably 10 years, I would say. And it vectors Lyme disease. So automatically, if you start getting sick and you had a black-legged tick on you, the risk for Lyme disease is fairly high. So that helps. In order to get treated properly, you have to get diagnosed properly, and that certainly helps with that.
Exactly. We have an awesome UK publication that breaks down the home ranges and the diseases that different ticks carry. And as always, if you have any questions, be sure to contact your local extension office. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.